Hey everyone, it's a beautiful day. Patrick from EasyNode here, and I just wanted to go over becoming a Harmony validator in 2022. So, what's the current status? This is kind of a high level 5,000 foot overview of being a validator on Harmony, and hopefully, if you're interested, we'll get you down the road to becoming a Harmony validator. Let me move myself over here. There we go. This will be cleaner. All right, so who am I? I'm Patrick from EasyNode. I've been involved in shared computing and computers for a long time. I first started in Harmony in January of 21 as Slugum Crypto. We started the validator in March of 2021. We wrote our first guide breaking down the Harmony documentation in April 2021. That's the classic companion guide, which is still out there. We'll get you a link to that down below. And then we were elected to the first VDAO, the original VDAO, in May 2021. And then I started working on some scripts for myself and decided to turn it into an installer and some other help applications to help people out who are familiar with validating in Harmony One. That's the key. You're really going to want to set one up by hand yourself the first time you do it so you know how it works in and out and where everything goes. My installer just kind of sets everything in very standard and guided locations, and you can then customize it as needed after that if you like doing things out of the box. So on to the new validator overview. So here's some of the things you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to obviously get a server somewhere, either some hardware or a virtual server somewhere. Determine which shard you're gonna run on. We always suggest going with one of the numbered shards, 1 to 3, when you start. You only start with one key until you get up to about 10 million one in delegations. So, you don't have to worry about changing shards or anything like that for quite a while with your validator when you're new. So keep it simple at first. Just pick one of the ones 1 through 3 and go with that. Shard 0 just has a lot of fundamental things going on with it that new validators shouldn't have to worry about or get an understanding until they have a grip on how their server works on the shard they're on. So you're going to need some other stuff for Linux, like creating some SSH keys. You have to come up with a brand for your validator if you don't have 5 million to back yourself and get yourself elected right away, because you're going to have to get out there and work and have people invest in you and put money into your server. And then the last thing is you're going to need some administrator tools for your home PC to connect to your server, whether it's on site or remote, and do management of the system. So, what hardware cloud provider? You can go with anybody you like as long as it has enough horsepower to stay in sync with Shard 0. Shards 1 through 3 all still run the Shard 0 database. So, yeah, current recommended is right there for you to peruse. 8 CPU, 16 gig. The Harmony app itself never goes over 8 gigs of memory used, so pretty much as long as you have enough for the OS beyond that, you're fine. You really don't need to kill it with memory or anything. More CPU helps more than more memory. And then the other note is you want to have NVMe storage for your hard drive, not just a regular SSD. So we'll get that side note updated on here and added. And then what's up next? Once you get the server, you simply just install the software. So once it's online, enjoy. We'll get some links to this presentation up in the links below as well. You can come back and click these links to see our guide. So, from our original guide, here is the companion guide, and that it pairs with the Harmony documentation. There's the 4 sections in here match up with the 4 sections there. If you just read ours first, it'll tell you what you need to look at on each of the 4 sections in the Harmony guide, and then you can cut out a lot of stuff that's just extra info for other type of nodes and things you just won't need to know because they don't apply to being a validator. There are things other validators do, but we won't talk about them. So, and yeah, so that's all that says. It just aligns with their docs and helps you out. There's a couple things you have to do just once when you're starting a validator, so they're briefly covered because you do it and then you're done. So making a wallet, making your first set of BLS keys, we just recommend starting with 8 BLS keys so you have the keys ready to go. So when you get to the key creation step, just choose to make 8 of them and set all 8 of them up, and then later you don't have to do anything with them as long as you're good enough to put them in the right folder on your server and then transfer that folder contents back out to your home machine so you have a backup of them. And then send your create validator command once your server's online and all synced up, and that's where you'll actually stake your 10,001. So what happens after your validator is online and registered? Stuff for you to do once you get up there, besides just working on your brand and getting delegates. After you're elected, you monitor your stats, set up the vstats bot on Telegram. If you have missed signings on your server once you're elected, you can look into those, and you get to make decisions on if you want to add keys or remove keys every 18 hours. And once again, market your brand, marketing, brand. Get out there. It's really what it comes down to. Let's see. So after your first election, that's when your clock will start ticking on how many epochs you have where you can charge 0% to attract more delegations. Even if you go unelected after your first election, your clock is still ticking. So if you get elected, you're out for 60 elections, and you get re-elected again finally, you still only have 38 to go after that point to charge 0% before you are forced to go to 5%. So there's some other good info on it there for you, And your income is paid out directly to your validator wallet, just like staking rewards. You don't have to go anywhere or do anything else. You just go to the dashboard to claim, or use your command line and claim, and then send them wherever you'd like, or invest them as your validator, however you want to do it. So multiple slots. This is once you get enough one delegated where you're thinking about adding a second BLS key, that would bid for a second slot in an election, which does earning a little more rewards and has your server signing more blocks. I know people who can run 24 slots on one server and do it all the time. So yeah, definitely one server can get you through all of this. You'll hear people talk about having a backup or a failover server. At this time, if you can spin up a server fast enough on a provider, really no need for it. In fact, coming in the near future here, you won't even be able to run a backup server because if you become a leader node with a backup server, you can break the blockchain, so that won't be allowed. So you may as well just get in the groove of running one server for one set of keys at a time. And then I think that might be the end of my presentation here. So that's pretty much the quick, brief, high-level overview of what's going on with Harmony Validators in 2022. So hopefully you enjoyed this little info session. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask away below in the chat. Hit like, subscribe, whatever it is on this platform. I don't even know. I just make videos. Thanks for stopping out, and we'll see you next time.